Alright guys, welcome back. Check it out what we have here today. We have issue 23 of the build, the Enterprise 1701D. So without further ado, let's get on with this and start building this up. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. We have 31 issues to be completed and we're only on number 23. So let's get on with it and see what we got today. So really quick, these are all the parts that we're going to be using. It's going to be really cool, guys. Let's get on with it, okay? Because I think this is going to be a really fun build for this one. All right, so real quick, what we had to do was bring back an old piece that we had way back in, I guess you could say, issue 3. We have all of our lights and everything set up. So that's pretty cool that we got at least this part done already. So that's nice. The only thing that we're going to be doing now is we're going to take our little blue piece here. We're going to go ahead, slide this little sucker right up in there. That's going to give us a little blue shield. And of course, for the rest of step A is we're going to go ahead and put the rest of our blue and gray and kind of copper looking dish here. We're going to put it all together. Now there's 2 screws that you're going to do. You're going to basically just screw them on to here and here once you mount it on, and those will be with some CPs. So there it is, guys. Our stage here, or our step for this stage, is all completed. I think it looks really sharp. We'll be doing a light test here shortly, but we're going to still have to plug it in to the star drive and get it going. But I'm pretty impressed with the way it looks right now. I got a little blemish here. I don't know. I didn't notice that here until now, but other than that, we'll move on. Our next step for this great adventure for this stage is once again to attach the dish. It's going to fit right inside this nice little groove slot here. It's already curved up, so it'll fit nice and even. And then we're going to put some AM screws in these 2 areas right here and here. So hang on, guys. There you have it, guys. Just remember, when you do this, you want to put the yellow and green line. I'm going to kind of have it underneath the deflector dish's little light here in the center. However, I'm just going to warn you all, it does not light up here in the center at all. Okay, there seems to be, if you go back, you can see what we actually put in here, but it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna mess with it anyway. So without further ado, though, we're gonna move on, because now we still have to connect this to our motherboard, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and connect. Now, of course, this thing does have the letter D on the cord. That way, you know that it is the deflector dish. I'm sure there's probably other things that we're gonna be doing to this star drive, but for now I'm going to leave it just as all right. So we have our metal piece, so I'm going to go ahead and add all the pieces that we're going to be putting on to our metal piece that's going to attach to the bottom half of the saucer. Now, the reason why we don't have any lights for this one is because they are already mounted on the frame. So without further ado, I'm not going to bore you with what we're going to be doing. However, we will be having some clear and some dark ones going inside here. And then, of course, our 3 escape pods will go here. And these will be our light blockers and light assisters here, with also the phaser strip for this one. This big phaser strip here is going to be coming in later into this video. So just hang in there. We'll show you exactly where this one's going. So here we go. And there you have it, guys. It's all said and done. It looks pretty sharp, so we're going to get ready to go ahead and mount that onto our sausage section here soon. And I'll tell you, boy, it just feels good to be back in the saddle again, to be able to do these models and whatnot. Because after that situation that we had a few weeks back, boy, it feels good to finally get a chance to go back to this. As we get ready here, we're going to go into stage 88. So real quick, it's good to be doing this again, and I'm glad that you guys are here watching us build the Enterprise. Here's our parts for stage 88. You can tell more parts for the sausage section, some more electrical wires, some dark windows, clear windows, our reflectors, and some clamps here that we're going to introduce to you guys, and that should help us out a whole lot. These are one of the changes that I think they made once they Eagle Moss realized how many issues they were having. So we might not be having to use tape for the star drive. We might be actually using these clamps. So hang in there, guys. I'll show you how we do all that. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on the window here first. That's going to be our step A. I'm going to go ahead and put it all together. Since we've seen so many of these, no need to bore you with it, but we're going to go ahead and put in those clear and dark windows, cover them up, and come right back to you with all of our lights and everything hooked right up. So just a little tidbit, I went ahead of schedule. I went into uh, step B by leaving this cord unattached to the saucer, but we will bring back the saucer and show you how we do all. Okay, so of course these cords are going to come right through here, and then it's going to connect into this top row of this chip. So what we're going to do is just go ahead, bring this long cord right through there. Just remember that when we have to mount this, it'll be very tricky because we need to make sure that we still seal everything up so that way there's no light leaks. A little tidbit, you need to separate these two. So if you are going to do that, what I just did, you're going to have to separate these two, go back and all that jazz. So if you don't want to hassle that, just plug this in, run it through, and then put your lights in after, just like it says in the instruction manual. Of course, with step C, we're going to do the same thing. This time we're just going to plug these in. The reason why we're doing that is because they have to get separated, okay? One is going to go behind your light source, that's right here. So it's going to go behind there and then into here, and then your other one will go here. So the yellow cord goes on this side, and then the black cord will go on this side. So it's not too bad, guys. Pretty easy peasy. Now, of course, we still have to add in our other piece here, just from here. We're going to go ahead and mount this sucker in, and then once we do that, we're going to take some FM screws and put them into 1, 2, and 3 slots, and it's going to look really sharp, guys. So with all that done and everything, we did a quick light test, and everything came out good. No light leaks. So we're working pretty good here. I'm pretty excited about it, so we're going to keep moving on. For stage 88 here, we're looking pretty good so far. We have 8 of these little brackets. Now, with step D, you're only going to be doing about, say, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do about 6 of them. So, and they're going to be going into position here, then here, and then there's one other one that's going to go, I guess, down here, and another one, I believe, over here by the by our motherboard, which is supposed to kind of just bracket down all these cords that are coming across this way. And then we're going to have 2 more that'll go on this side. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to put them on there, and I'm going to show you how it's going to look and how sharp it's going to be once we're all done. Okay, so I managed to put them all in there. I got one here, one here, one here, one here, and then I got 2 on this side, and it looks pretty snazzy. So I'm pretty impressed with that. It doesn't show that we have to put another one like right over here, but I wouldn't put it past them because we still have some extras left over, which we could be using for the other half that we're going to be covering here. So without further ado, I'm going to move on. What a heck of a video here we're doing today, guys. But we finally made it. We're going to move on to stage 89. These are the parts. And look what else we got here today, guys. Look at that. So we're going to go ahead and start this monstrosity. Okay, so for stage 89, we have our frame here, another piece of the star drive, another whopping piece for the sausage section, which we will get to here shortly. And we also have another piece for our sausage section. This is going to be on the very edge of it. We got our screws. We got our life pods. We still have our phaser strip, which we're going to show you exactly where that's going to go. Other than that, guys, let's move on. Okay, guys, so we have 4 springs, which are right here, and then I have 2 FP screws, and I got our phaser strip. Of course, our springs are going to go mount here, 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 and here, and the FP screws are going to go right through these holes which will then link into this. So without further ado, let's put it together. There you have it, guys. It's all put in. Looks pretty snazzy. We got our 4 springs and our 2 screws in there. I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to move on. Okay, guys. So now I got to put our life pods in. So I brought back the life pods. I'm going to go ahead, put them in. We'll just flip it over here to get it started. And then once we're completed with that, we're going to go on to step D. We're going to mount it to the saucer section. We're also going to be mounting it with this as well. That here will click right into place here. So without further ado, I'm going to get the boring stuff done, bring back the saucer, put it in, and show you guys how it's all done. Okay, so of course we mounted it on. So we were able to put our piece in, we mounted it in. I did not screw it in yet because I had to do a light test. Once the light tests are completed, then I seal in our escape pod, which will be this piece here. That escape pod will then go here because I've done the light test. A real quick little synopsis of how it's going to look is just like that, guys. Now that green light, it was a pain in the butt, but there was a little bit of a light leak on this side, and I managed to get rid of it just by a little bit of luck. But other than that, I think it came out pretty good, guys. So we're going to just keep moving along here, and I think we should be good to go. Well, congratulations, guys. We are on stage 90. That will be our last stage here for this video today. So good news. We're just going to go ahead, open all this stuff up, and we'll get cracking on it. We got another panel here, so we're not going to go and deep dive into that because we already know. All we got to do is add in some escape pods, which we have those here, and then we have another side panel for the edge of the saucer section that we're going to be putting on. And then we'll be able to end this video on a high note, guys. All right, guys, so for our first stage, it's real simple. We're going to take this piece here, 90F, okay? And we're going to go ahead and put it down here. Now, there's a little lip here, and there's not one on the other side. So be sure that you put it on the right side that it needs to be on, okay? And of course, our next step for this one is going to be step B. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to mount these 2 pieces. These 2 pieces then go inside there. What you want to do is make sure that the side that has the raised up edges are on the top. So you're just going to basically mount them in just like so and just like so. Then you're going to place in a FM screw. Going to need a total of 6 of those, right? And there you have it. It's all connected, ready to go. Okay, so our next phase obviously is some more to do with this star drive. We're going to put this frame in. And this is going to be quite the adventure because we have to use FN screws. Now, I don't know why they put a door here. I have no clue, but I'm sure we're going to find that out as we move on with our model. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how it mounts on. There's a bunch of little brackets where it's like going to get in position. So now that it's in position, I'm going to grab me this big stack of FM screws, and they're going to go all along here. Okay, so really quick, before I go ahead and put all these screws in, I want to let you guys know these 4 posts, these 4 here, you kind of want to screw these in first before you start putting in all the others, because you want this bottom half to be smooth connected. All right, and it's very important because this is where your mount is going to go inside, and you want it all level and perfect so that way the ship doesn't sag in any direction. So I'm going to make sure that that part is screwed in really well before I go around and do the rest. Okay, so of course this was a little bit of a hassle, but I got the 4 screws here. They're all mounted. It looks pretty tight. And then I put the some more FM screws going in through here. Found out there was one more here, and then more along here to secure the frame. Later on, I found out that there was an AM screw that goes here, so I had to put that in. Thank God I noticed that, because I probably would have put another FM screw in there, but I did not. So that's really cool. Other than that, this frame is all done. As far as this is concerned, it's in there pretty solid. Still have that little sliding door deal. So hopefully that is explained later on. If not, then I don't know. We'll see what we're doing here. But we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna go get that panel done. Once I get the panel done, we're gonna go ahead and mount it onto the sausage section. And once we do that, that will then complete this video. Of course, putting on panels we know is kind of a bore, but we're going to try to make it a little exciting on this next adventure. Okay, quick little caveat from what I was just saying before. I accidentally forgot to mention that these four are BM screws and not FM screws. Almost forgot to mention that. I had to learn the hard way behind the scenes that these weren't FM screws. So just a little tidbit for you. However, I did put an FM screw in here, and I'll tell you, it fit good. But other than that, I'd suggest you use the BM screw. Okay, so we're on our final step here for stage 90. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm just going to put in our escape pods. Then after that, I'm going to mount on our side panel, which we get one of the little thrusters slash sensors, however you guys want to look at it. Then we have our black paneling here. It is not like the other one from the other side, but that's okay. We got some IM screws, and we also will have some AM screws, which we have right here, which will then put it all together. Once I get all this completed, I will then mount it onto the sausage section, and you guys will be able to see that. Okay, guys, and there you have it. Our panel is on. Our escape pods are in. We also have our sides done up. So that came out really good there, guys. Really good. I'm kind of impressed. So last but not least, of course, we have to seal up our piece. So what we're gonna do to seal that up is we're just gonna pop this in place, and there it is. It's in place. Voila, we're all done. And that right there, guys, putting in that final piece is what we're going to say is that's all they wrote for this video. Once again, thank you for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed it, and you'll hang in there for our next video. So without further ado, y'all out there, keep on modeling, because we're going to keep on building this flagship. We have many more out there for you guys to watch, so while you're waiting for this one, stop on by and check out those other videos.